You can catch more fish, including crappies, this winter with a little more use of electronics. Pro angler tackle Terry Tuma explains in this week's Channel 12 ice fishing tip.
So many times we as anglers have a tendency to get in sort of, shall we say, a rut, if you will. And for instance, a good example, and this is going to apply more than just to crappie fishing, but now we're marking suspended crappies right in this area right here. And all of a sudden, maybe we catch 3, 4, or 5, or they just move, and we don't mark any more suspended crappies, but we keep trying, and it's not productive. What we need to do is take a small lure and drop it to the bottom with the wax worm instead of this system here with a crappie minnow or pin minnow, and drop it down to the bottom, and then all of a sudden we start to jig, and many times we're going to have to jig a little bit more abruptly, if you will, and with the wax worm and a small ice lure, maybe a number 12, 14, or 16, and then you're going to start to bring these fish up right off the bottom here. And we can sort of see what's happening right here now, where we'll start to see some of these fish break the bottom, and those are going to be fish that are belly to the bottom, so to speak, with many times anglers do not believe that crappies will be that tight to the bottom. That's not true, and we start to jig really abruptly, and then we're trying to draw these fish in, and it works extremely well, very productive throughout the winter months. So we don't want to get hung up on these specific weights and specific lures, that versatility factor, as we always so often talk about. Be sure to tune in next week for another tip right here. Keep just enough fish for the frying pan.
Thanks, Terry. We'll have highlights from Section 6AA boys hockey plus Benilde at the state girls hockey tournament coming up Friday starting at 4.
Always good to hear from Terry.
It is.
Thanks,
yeah.
John.